This manuscript was not found in a library. It was recovered from a sealed cedar trunk discovered beneath the collapsed floor of a church that no longer appears on county records. The lock had rusted shut. The pages inside smelled of iron, smoke, and something older than either. There is no author's name. Only a warning, written once on the inside cover, then scratched out repeatedly until the paper nearly tore. Do not read this alone. What follows is a reconstructed case file compiled from letters, medical notes, sheriff reports, and a personal journal written in a disciplined, careful hand. Dates often contradict one another. Several pages are missing entirely. The town referenced in this file, Hollow Creek, officially ceased to exist in 1874. No explanation was ever provided. Hollow Creek sat where the road ended and the forest resumed its claim on the land. Travelers described it as forgettable. No landmarks. No proper signage. The sort of place one passed through without meaning to, then struggled to recall afterward. According to census records, the population never exceeded 92. According to church logs, it was always 93. No explanation for the discrepancy appears anywhere in the records. The town consisted of 12 houses, a church, a general store, a sawmill, and a schoolhouse that closed every winter despite mild weather. No one could remember when Hollow Creek was founded. Only that it had always been there. Elias Rowan arrived in Hollow Creek in April of 1871. He came alone. Witnesses later stated that the boy walked out of the forest shortly after dawn, shoes ruined, clothing torn, carrying no supplies. When questioned, he provided his name clearly, spelled it correctly, and then asked where he might find a place to stay. He did not ask for food. The Rowans, no relation despite the shared surname, took him in that same evening. Mrs. Lenora Rowan described the boy as polite. Too polite. Like he was reading from something he'd memorized. Elias slept little. He asked questions constantly. Not childish questions. Questions about injuries. About burial customs. About how long it took for fear to become pain. The miller's dog was found dead behind the sawmill. There were no signs of struggle. No blood. The animal appeared to have been placed carefully on its side, paws aligned, eyes closed. Inside its mouth, wrapped in cloth, was a small stone etched with a crude symbol. No one recognized the marking. Elias was the one who reported the body. He stood nearby, hands folded, watching the men argue over what might have killed it. When asked if he had seen anything unusual, Elias replied. It stopped moving before it stopped breathing. No one asked him what he meant. The following excerpts are taken from the private journal of Dr. Amos Whitcomb, the only physician serving Hollow Creek and the surrounding settlements. June 2, 1871, the boy Elias Rowan exhibits no signs of physical trauma. Heart rate steady. Eyes unusually focused. When pricked with a needle for testing, he did not withdraw his hand. He only watched. June 4, he asked me today how much pressure the human throat can withstand before collapse. I declined to answer. He smiled as if I had confirmed something for him. June 7, I believe the child is studying us. Mary Kellett, age 6, vanished on a Sunday afternoon. Her bonnet was found near the creek. Her shoes were folded neatly beside it. The water was shallow. Too shallow. Her body was recovered downstream 2 days later. Cause of death was ruled accidental drowning. Dr. Whitcomb privately disagreed. In the margin of his journal, he wrote only. She inhaled water after she was already unconscious. Elias attended the funeral. He stood at the edge of the grave and asked if the coffin was airtight. The cave was not found by accident. Elias led them to it. After livestock began turning up injured, never eaten, never taken, Elias suggested the animals might be going somewhere quiet to finish. The cave entrance was hidden behind brush less than a mile from town. Inside, they found animal bones, cleaned and sorted by size, knives fashioned from farm tools, drawings on the stone walls. The drawings depicted the town. Every house. Every resident. Including people who had died. Including people who had not. One figure was drawn larger than the rest. Its face had been scratched out repeatedly. Interviewer, Whitcomb. Subject, Elias Rowan. Whitcomb, do you understand why people are afraid of you? Elias, yes. Whitcomb, and why is that? Elias, because they think fear means something is wrong. Whitcomb, and what do you think? Elias, I think fear is just the body learning faster. Interview terminated at 14 minutes. Deaths increased. Not dramatically. Quietly. A man fell from a ridge while walking a path he had used for 20 years. A woman was found locked inside her cellar. A child wandered into the forest and never returned. Elias was present before each disappearance. Never during. Always before. Always after. The church burned first. Then the schoolhouse. No accelerant was found. Witnesses claimed the fire spread against the wind. Elias was seen standing at the edge of town, watching. When Sheriff Hale ordered him detained, Elias did not resist. He only said, "It's starting early this time." Elias Rowan vanished from custody on February 3, 1873. The cell door was locked. The window unbroken. On the floor, carved into the wood with something sharp, was a message. "You were always counting wrong." Dr. Whitcomb's final journal entry reads, "The town is quieter now. Too quiet. There are fewer of us each week. I believe Hollow Creek was never a place, but a condition. And the boy was not its cause. He was its proof." Whitcomb disappeared 3 days later. Hollow Creek does not appear on any modern map. Yet letters addressed there continue to arrive at the Kentucky Historical Office. They are always empty. Except for one recurring line, written in different hands. "We are still counting."